All right, that's a big story we're tracking on India today. Chief Minister Hemant Soren's grilling has just begun. In fact, shortly from now, he will be facing the ED officers. And the big question now comes down to whether he will be arrested right after this grilling session today. We know that he's met with his father right ahead of the ED grilling today. ED has also written a letter to Jharkhand government to put extra security throughout this questioning in case things go out of hand. ED expects that law and order situation may arise during questioning, and therefore strict vigil must be kept all across the residence. In fact, Hemant Soren wasn't in the state for the last 40 hours. Just last afternoon, he reappeared after going missing. So a lot of questions that will be asked. He has to answer the ED officers at this point. He has no choice. And one should remember, this is the day that Hemant Soren had asked the ED to question him. He said he will come to the ED officers on the 31st of Jan. And as per his request, it appears the ED has decided to come indeed on 31st of Jan, today itself, as per Hemant Soren's request. So in every way, it's gone according to the wishes of Hemant Soren. He gets to be questioned right in his residence itself and not in the ED office. Shreya Chatterjee, our correspondent, Anupam Mishra, who are right there in Ranchi tracking very closely those developments. Munish Pandey also giving us details and updates on the ED movement. Cutting to Shreya first. Shreya, give us more. ED officers have just left their office. Have they arrived at Hemant Soren's residence? It's a big day for the state of Jharkhand. Their chief minister being grilled by the Enforcement Directorate. The optics of it don't look good.
Well, yes, Nabila, we're yet to get an update on the Enforcement Directorate team being en route to the Kake Road where the CM house is. But the security is absolutely tight. It continues to remain the way as we saw the day process, the security layer being increased. And we're being told that this is the gate that through which the Enforcement Directorate team will be entering the Chief Minister's residence. I'll just point you across the entire stretch of the road. Both sides of the entire Kake Road has been barricaded. There's no movement of cars or people that are being allowed right now. The entire stretch has been cordoned off, 144 imposed. Not just here, the Raj Bhavan and the Enforcement Directorate office also has 144 imposed around it. We're seeing all senior officers, including the IG, DIG, the SP city, they're all taking rounds and ensuring that security apparatus is completely at place. So we're just waiting for some time, and the Enforcement Directorate team will likely be heading inside the CM residence, and in all likelihood we are looking at a long day of questioning. Last time the Enforcement Directorate came over here, they questioned Hemant Soren for 7 long hours. Whether that will be beaten, whether it will be a more long hour of questioning, or what everyone is questioning, a possible arrest, we'll have to wait and watch for that.
Is there a possible arrest? And in the meanwhile, there's enough speculation that Hemant Soren's wife, Kalpana Soren, might just be taking into his shoes, if at all the man is arrested. Shreya, any word on that, on the kind of political churn that we see in Jharkhand? Mahagathbandhan say they are strong, and that this is the BJP's ploy to shake the government, and they already have a plan B in place. Are you in the know of what their plan B is?
Well, Nabila, we cannot really shrug off that they do not have a plan B, because ever since the Enforcement Directorate has been swinging into action, we've been seeing that the MLAs are parked at the Circuit House. All the MLAs of Jharkhand, which is the ruling alliance, the Congress and the JMM, they are having back-to-back meetings. Even yesterday, they had 2 rounds of meeting, one at 2 p.m. where Hemant Soren came from nowhere after going missing for over 40 hours. Then a second round of meeting took place at the same residence from 7 p.m. onwards, and that lasted till 10. However, we've been asking and we've been speaking with the MLAs. till now they are pretty much tight-lipped, and they are suggesting that Kalpana Soren's name has not been suggested. The reason is that Hemant Soren will be continuing as the Chief Minister. So what they're trying to do is make a political imagery when the Enforcement Directorate comes at, listen, we are behind you with all our might and strength. So this is a show of strength rather that is being projected from the ruling alliance and the MLAs, because as the Enforcement Directorate team, Nabila, is yet to arrive at the CM residence. This is the compound, I'll just give you an understanding, which houses the CM office and the CM residence. We are also seeing that the leaders and the MLAs, they are also coming one by one at the same very compound. So while the ED will be grilling the Chief Minister at the same place, at the same residence, because there are two residences, we are being told. At the residence, the gate that I'm pointing right now, that is probably where the Enforcement Directorate team will be questioning Hemant Soren. But the other compound, which houses the another residence, there we are also seeing the MLAs and the leaders being present. So this is a show of strength that the ruling alliance is trying to pose when the Enforcement Directorate team comes. So probably whether we will see a shift of guard depends on what the Enforcement Directorate is also planning so far as Hemant Soren's political